Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, in our last video, we created a couple of simple interactions. We got a hover one here. When we hover, we got a little call to action popping up with a button and a price. And one over here, we got this image here. We created a little icon that when you click on it, does the same thing. Click on it, it'll disappear. We had some great questions on that, one of which was, can I get the text to slide up from the bottom and can I get the text to slide down from the top? Simple answer is yeah, very easy to do, no coding involved. Here's one. When we hover over, text is going to slide up from the bottom. Then we got another call to action right there. Obviously, you can do this with any module you want. And this one here, when I hover over, it's going to drop down from the top. And I'll show you exactly how to do it. So let's get started. I've got this page open here. Let's close out our previews. We're going to roll down to where we want to work. I'll do something similar. Let's add a new row. I'm going to throw 2 columns in my row. Like I say, you can use any module you want. I'm going to use a call to action for mine. I want to throw a button in there. Everything else I'll just leave on the default there. Before the button's going to show up, we need to add a link for it down below in link under content here. Just throw a little hashtag in for a placeholder. As soon as you put a link in, your buttons are going to show up. And obviously you can customize all this over in design. Like I say, I'm going to leave it on the default. Okay, if you've watched any of my hover effects videos before, and we've got a lot of them out there on our hover effects playlist, you know what I'm going to do next. The image that we want to see first is actually sitting in the column that our call to action is sitting in. So let's go into the row, the green tab. We're working on column 1. Background always under content. Third tab along is image. We'll throw in crazy car. Now I know you can't see it because our call to action is on top of it. So just to make it easier to show you what's going on, let's click back on the call to action. I'll put a bit of opacity on that blue background there. And you'll see that image bleed through. There's our image. Okay, well, let's have this one slide up from the bottom because it's very, very simple to do. Now, I'm guessing this is about 300 pixels. The reason I know pretty much is because I know this one's 300 and this one's about the same, maybe 320 or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra 300 pixels padding on the top. So it's going to push all this writing down here somewhere. So let's do that. Still in the call to action, we'll go to design. I'm going to go down to spacing. Padding top, it's got a default of 40 pixels on there. I'm going to add 300 to that. Let's call it then 340. Watch what happens. It's kind of had the desired effect. It's pushed our text down here, but of course the image in the background has expanded to fill the gap. So to counter this, we can actually give the column itself that it's sitting in a fixed height. That way the image will stay the same aspect on all devices. So let's do that. Let's go into the column itself. If we go over here to the row and the column, we're working on column 1. We can go over to design and give it a fixed height. And this is the same in Divi 4 as it is in Divi 5. The only thing in Divi 4, you can't give it a height over here in sizing. You have to do it in the advanced and custom CSS. And I'll show you how in a minute. I'm on Divi 5, so we can go to design and sizing. Height, let's give it 300 pixels, 300. It'll be on pixels by default. If not, you can select it over here or type in PX. As you can see, our image is the right aspect again now, but we got a bit poking out the bottom here that we don't need when we've added that padding. I'm actually going to take that padding away so it puts the writing back up here. And we'll make the column the right size on all devices. So let's quickly go back into the call to action. I'll go to the spacing and I'll take that away. I just wanted to put it in there to show you exactly what was going to happen for anybody that didn't know. Now let's flip over to tablet. We're going to want to go back to our column, row, column 1, design, sizing. 300 is not enough. Now you've got a choice. You can either take away some of this or hide it on mobile by just going to the text part and taking away the bit you want. Anything that you do here when it's on tablet or mobile will only affect it when you're on tablet and mobile. But I want to actually stretch this a little bit, so we've got to have that image a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make that column, I don't know, I think it needs another 100 probably. Let's make it 400 and see what it looks like now. Yeah, That's perfect. Now, obviously, you can use different pictures as well for the different devices if you wanted one with the whole car in there. But I think that's going to work for me. And let's do the similar for the phone. Rolling down to where we were working. Yeah, it's got too much column height there. Let's try 350 as it was, or 300 I think it was on the front. We'll try 350. No, let's take it down to 300. Not quite. We want a little bit more. About 320. That'll work for me. Fantastic. Now that we've got it the right size on all devices, we can make the magic happen. We'll go back, desktop mode. Roll back up to where we were working. Now we know how to push this down out of the way. Let's click on it. We're back into the call to action. Design, spacing. I'm going to add some more padding on the top. So it's 340. That's great. Well, let's just check it on tablet and mobile so we don't need to adjust it. Yeah, tablet needs to go down a bit more. Let's go ahead and make that 400, I guess. Yep, that's pushed it down out of the way. And mobile, roll on down. That's fine. It's out of the way. I'm going to leave it just like that because we're going to hide this in a moment. So if we go back to desktop now, it's doing what I want it. Of course, we don't want the blue overlay and we don't want to see anything below the picture there. We just want to see the nice picture. That's easy to achieve. We just need to go back into the column itself. Green tab for the row. Again, we're working on column 1. If we go over to advanced and visibility, we can hide horizontal and vertical overflow to get rid of the blue bit on the bottom there. Just change it from default to hidden, both of them. Perfect. Now all we've got is the blue overlay from the padding of the top of our call to action, which we're going to use as a trigger to pull it back in a moment. So if we go back into our call to action, just click on it. Initially, don't want to see any of that background blue at all. So in desktop state, we've got a picture of a monitor here. We know we're in desktop state. Same as it is up here. Background. I'm going to take the opacity all the way down to 0, or you can just click on the color and slide it down if you want to. So we just got the nice picture of the image. When we hover over it, I'm going to select hover up here. I want to bring that background color back. Great. And then on the hover state, all we need to do is reset our padding at the top to the original to bring it back. So we're still on hover mode. We're still in the call to action. Let's go to our design. Spacing is where the padding we put in. We just need to return it to the original, which is 40 pixels. And it'll bring it up just like that. And we want to make sure that it's going to work on tablet also. We just need to change that one back to 40 also. Now if we save this, it should work for us. And we'll preview. Roll on down to our picture here. When I hover, there we go, it's popping up just like that. The only other thing, the time it takes to roll up from the bottom there is 300 milliseconds by default. You can slow it down or even speed it up if you want to by going to your call to action, going over to advanced and transition time. Make sure you're not on hover. If you're on hover, it's going to be grayed out like this. Just need to switch it back to desktop mode. There's a default 300 milliseconds. You can change it to whatever you want there. And for the second one, it's pretty similar. Let's just duplicate our settings here. I'm going to go into the row. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy the item styles from column 1. I'm going to do them for item 2. Paste them. So we've got our overflow hidden. We've got the column 300, 400 and 350 for the devices there. Switch out that image. We can go into column 2. We'll change out that background. Whatever you want to put in there, obviously. Okay, to make it slide down from the top, we've got to do pretty much the same thing, but we've got to use some negative margin. So let's add a call to action module again, or whatever module you want to use. We'll add the button. Now remember, we've got overflow hidden on our column. So when I push things up and bring them down, you're not going to see them once they're outside of the column there. And because we copied the stars from our one next door, the column is going to be the right height for us, enabling us to show our content. So let's make this happen. Roll back up to where we were. This time, I'm going to add the padding to the bottom of the call to action. Like I say, remember, you're not going to see it when it goes out of here. So it's going to push it up. It's going to disappear when it gets up to there. So again, I'm in the call to action. We're going to go to design and spacing. This time, I'm going to add it to the bottom. So we'll have 340 on the bottom. And you can't see anything because it's overflowing. You can't see it. Now, to get this to disappear up the top here, I'm going to use some negative margin. Here's our margin, margin top. I'm just going to write negative. It's important when you put the negative, it'll put it upwards. We'll try 340, maybe too much. Yeah, we've got a little gap at the bottom. Remember, this is padding that we put on the bottom. Again, we're going to use to trigger it to pull it down. Let's try taking the 40 away, minus 300, to see what happens. I think that's going to work for us. And we'll check it on tablet. Needs to be a bit more on tablet. We've got our button visible there. Let's give it another 50. So we'll say negative 350. Not quite. We'll say 370. That should do it. Well, we've got a gap at the bottom there as well. We can't bring it down because we'll see the button, but we can add some more padding to the bottom. Let's make it 400 and see where we are with that. Just get a little bit more, make sure it's all covered. Otherwise, when they put their mouse on it, the bit that you show there, it won't trigger it. So 47, that's fine too. Great. And now we'll look on the phone. That's fine too. All we got is our padding, which we're using as the trigger. Perfect. Now, you know how to make this work. All we need to do now is go to hover state and change that actual margin and obviously the background color here. So let's go to hover state and we'll change it back from negative 300 to 0. And it brings it down just like that. Now on desktop state, we just want to make sure that we've got no background color in there so we can see that nice image. So back to desktop state, call to action, content, background. I'm going to take that opacity all the way down so we just see the nice image of the truck. Perfect. And again, if you want to change the timing for this, you can do over in the advanced and down to transitions. There's the 300 mils. Higher numbers will make it slower, lower numbers will make it quicker. And as I mentioned earlier, the only difference with this and Divi 4 is that when you apply your height to your row, if I go back into the row right here, into the column, you apply the height to the column. With Divi 5, we can go to design and sizing. With Divi 4, you're going to need to go to advanced custom CSS, hit the module elements, and you can just write your heights in here in the main element, and the CSS would just be height, whatever you want on each device. But I don't need that because we're using Divi 5. Great. Let's save this. We should be good to go. We'll save draft and let's preview. And here we are. We roll down. Here's our truck one. When I roll over it, you've got that rolling down from the top, 300 milliseconds. Take the mouse off, it's going to disappear back up there. And this one, we got it coming up from the bottom. Take the mouse off, it's going to roll back up. So I hope that's answered those questions. Great little effects to have on your site. Like I say, they work on tablet and mobile too. They just got to tap on them. But it's a very similar deal with Divi 4 as it is with Divi 5 here. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.